Hi, Lee Carroll here. I'm trying to thwart the wind, which has been on some of our videos by this little blue thing here. I know it's not really decorative, but I want to tell you where we are. We are on the Upper Nile. And most people don't really understand what the difference is. It's really not a Nile River at all. It's a lake, Lake Nazer. And it's enormous. For a while, it was the largest man-made lake in the world. And then later, it was the second one when the Chinese built a bigger man-made lake. However, the story is this. It was in the 60s when they built the big dam, which they call the High Dam. And that stopped the flooding in the Nile River downstream and also created a great deal of electricity for Egypt. And so that's where we are today, which is the Upper Nile, Lake Nazer. Now, what happened was that when the waters started backing up to create this lake, it covered so many things, including many of the temples. It started to cover them, Nubian villages. They relocated the people and were able to save 17 of these temples. We're on an island. We're looking at 5 of them now. So we'll be going around the lake and seeing the various temples. And so now you know the story between the Upper and the Lower Nile. And we have another riverboat to accomplish that. So come along with us when we do it. Thank you. We left the Movenpick Hotel, took buses over to the High Dam on the lake, and got in these smaller boats. These smaller boats are going to be, most of the time, the method we're going to get on and off the new riverboat that we're going to go to. Yes, we see you. Thank you. It's a happy crew there, a happy lot. So let us take you to the new boat, and that new boat is going to also be owned by Movenpick, oddly enough, and it's called the Prince Abbas. There it is. It's a very nice riverboat, just like the last one. Different, but it's still really classy. So we're going to give you an idea. Get up on there, and we're getting good at climbing ladders and steps. And it's actually very well appointed. Looks more like a cruise ship in certain ways. And we immediately go down these stairs. And what's going to be down those stairs, do you think? I'll let you guess while I go down the stairs with you. Why, if you guessed lunch, you're right. Right to lunch, and this boat is also very well appointed, and this is where we had most of our meals for the Upper Nile cruise. This is the scenery you're going to see more and more of. Pristine, very Gaia-ish, no cities. It's really beautiful. This is called Kalab Shop. There are 5 temples here, all of the same kind. We're located just a pretty long distance from where they were covered by the water. Again, if you really are listening, you'll understand that these were all covered by water, and block by block they were disassembled and reassembled. A very big project. This is the first of the 5 that we're looking at, and oh, look at that. You can't get away. There's a vendor. One table, but it's still a vendor. This particular temple, just like so many of the others, is smaller, but there's so much to see and appreciate. And of course, the guides are taking us through it, just like they always have. Some of these are still in color. You can see that after all that time. I'm so glad they saved those. We go between them. You can see some of them are a little distance apart. We got our little walking shoes on for that. And then just you can see there's another one down there. We'll take a look at that in a bit. And one more that we're going to take a look. There's our boat in the back. Doesn't look very complete, but that's the way they found it, and that's the way they reconstructed it.
Hello again. I am Monika Muranyi, and Lee Carroll is with us holding the video camera. We are joined by our guide, on this beautiful journey, and this really represents many different types of temples relocated into this one position. And I thought we would take this time to ask about the specialness of this particular place.
Good morning, everyone. In Egypt, we have many things to see along the Nile River, and most come to visit just the area between Luxor and Aswan. But please seek the chance to come and visit what we have south of the High Dam. We just started today a new adventure on Lake Nazer. We will sail all the way south to Abu Simbel to visit many temples being moved and rebuilt to save them from water. So imagine the amount of effort they did to save what we have around us here. So we don't have many people coming to visit this temple and other temples we're going to visit on the way to Abu Simbel. So when you come, you will feel it feels different a little bit. The energy is different. Not visited by many people coming to this place like they come to visit Karnak, Luxor, and other places. And on one island here, we have 5 temples. The main temple is the one behind me called Kalabsha from the time of the Romans. But we have other temples which older than that, like one small temple built by Ramesses II, like 1270 BC. So 1,240 years older than the building behind me. So we have like 1,000 years of work building temples to worship the same gods and goddesses. So even when Egypt was ruled by Greeks and Romans, they never changed the design of the temples. They never changed the art inside the temple for the same gods and goddesses. So they were smart to know that Egypt culture is too big to be destroyed, and Egypt religion is too tolerant to clash with or resist. So the best way to rule Egypt is to keep everything the same. So when you look at the design, it's similar to Karnak but smaller in size, similar to Luxor or any other temple they built in Egypt.
And really, we can see that this design by the Egyptians was later incorporated into Roman buildings when we go there and into the Greek buildings when we go there. So in a way, this really represents the birthplace of a unique style of architecture.
For sure. Like when I say the temple was built when Egypt was ruled by Greeks and Romans, this is the time when they ruled Egypt. But who designed that? Who did the work and the art inside? Egyptians. So the Greeks ruled Egypt, the Romans later ruled Egypt, and when they saw the design of the temples they built in Egypt, they imitated what we have here. That's why when you go to Rome and to Greece, you see almost the same design of the columns and things like that. They built in Egypt, built by Egyptians, the time when they ruled Egypt. Yeah.
Beautiful. And so you are invited to come and explore this beautiful area that has many places represented together. Originally, they would have been kilometers apart, but we are so lucky that the forethought of those who saved these for future generations to enjoy existed. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Of course, here's our channel. Every day we did one. You can share with that, kryon.com/Egypt audio.
Thank you for joining us on this beautiful location in Egypt. One of the things that is so amazing is that when these temples were going to be inundated by water because of the dam project, so many countries came together because it was a priority to rescue and save and preserve these beautiful monuments of our ancient past. And so this is a really good time to remember what our priorities are as a global community. And we're now in that age where the priorities of the global community is to live together in peace and harmony and to share our resources rather than conquering one another and grab what the other has. This really is the new paradigm of the earth. And so I want you to just feel the cooperation that we have globally, recognizing each other as brothers and sisters who are sharing this planet together in peace, love, and harmony. And so many blessings and love to all of you. Thank you.